All right, guys. So here we are with case study 3. So in the previous 2 case studies, I showed you one where we sold a $15 product, and then one where we sold between I think $750 to $1,500. So a higher ticket product. I just want to really make the point that when you understand how to write persuasive sales copy, that really there's no limit to what you can sell, and it doesn't really matter what your other skills are, what you can and can't do. So just to emphasize that point, I'm going to show you here case study 3, and this was an email marketing software that we decided to launch in 2016 also, and this generated around $25,000 in sales, no paid traffic, again, using Facebook. And this one included a subscription fee because it was a software. Now, again, I know nothing about software, apart from the fact that I know that it solves problems. So I'll give you a bit of history behind what was going on there. So at that time in the solo ad industry, the email marketing industry, there was terrible issues with autoresponders, people being shut down by Aweber, SendLane, all these different autoresponders. And I saw the need in the market, identified the need in the market, the pain point, the emotional hot button, that people needed a place where they could just email from without being banned, basically. And so, I teamed up with a partner of mine who is very software savvy and is tech savvy and understood how to use servers and so forth, but he didn't necessarily know how to sell with the written word or over Messenger or with sales pages. And so again, I used the 4-step JV method. I tested it, produced results, and started posting about that, building up the organic traffic through Facebook, and again produced a sales page. So let's take a look at this. So this, we call this pro delivery mail, and I'm particularly proud of the sales copy on this one, I must say. I think at this point I'd done a little bit more studying on it and read a few more books, and really I think the other 2 came before this. So at this point I had sharpened my skills somewhat. So again, bold headline: a complete and done for you blueprint on how to restore your solo ad business in only 30 days or less, guaranteed. Now, you got to remember that the target market here, they were mainly solo ad sellers who had been shut down. Literally, their whole business had been destroyed because they just couldn't send emails anymore. So, this was an incredibly relevant solution that we decided to put together here. Now, I'm not sure if you can hear this video because of the way the mic's set up right here, but a lot of the selling is done here in this video, and you can take a look at that, and I advise you to take a look at that. But again, let's just go through the elements here that we use. So again, I'm using this opener, which I've given you the template to. So after nearly 12 months, it's been hard work, but we've produced this ultimate package. I've introduced myself, and again, it's a relatively warm market, but I knew that people will begin sharing this with other people because it was such a relevant solution. So I decided to introduce myself, even if they didn't know who I was. And again, I started asking those questions. I started hitting their pain points and saying, are you sick and tired of just not being able to send emails, which is the lifeblood of your business, right? Are you frustrated? Are you angry? Again, you're not alone. So myself and my partner, we found a solution to this problem. Then cold, hard proof. You can't beat a bit of real proof of what we were able to do. And that's why I say always to test the methods and work with somebody who knows what they're doing. Because once you have the proof that it works and works properly, then the selling is so easy because you have the solution. You just need to convey that using the formulas that you've been taught. So again, I'm painting the same sort of picture. Have you, you know, this is different from other self-hosted. So our self-hosted solution was very different, because a lot of self-hosted, it was garbage, really. People would just sign up and it would end up in spam very quickly. But we found a way to warm up the IPs, not to get too technical, but I wanted to make that clear. And again, saying, don't worry, we've been there as well, and then introducing exactly what they're going to get. So again, using those points. Then again, a bit of future pacing, just imagine if you could solve that. Pro delivery mail is going to save you big bucks. It's going to save you a lot of frustration and stress, and it's solving your problem basically. Then we're adding the bonuses just to sweeten the deal, recapping exactly what they're getting, value stack, just the one testimonial. Because at this point, the way the product worked is in order to warm up the server, it basically took a certain amount of time, and we just worked with this one individual who had success, so we got him on video. To be honest, there's a lot more testimonials we could have put on here, but it was just selling so well because it worked that we didn't really need to. But of course, include as much testimonials as you can. And then the packages. So you can see here there was all the one-time setup fees of $397, but these were also monthly subscriptions. So this is not like $7 products that we're selling here. This was proper software. And again, using the PSs, and I included here some FAQs, because for something like this, when you have a slightly how can you say, slightly different sort of product and a slightly complex, it's always good to address the objections, so, and the questions that people may have. So I wanted to really address any sort of uncertainty that they may have here, because especially when you're using software, you want to know exactly how it works. And so again, I very, very simply just said, this is how it works. And then I even included about us section to add credibility. And here you go. Okay. So that's case study 3. Again, the link and the share code, you can have all of that, no problem. If you have a software that you want to sell, then go for it. If you don't have a software, then team up with someone who does, or figure out a solution. Again, it's not difficult. You should know how to do this by now. If you don't, let's get on a call and sort it out, bring it to the group. And, I've also included 2 more case studies. So case study 4 and case study 5. And again, case study 4 is just another low info product, but converted very, very well. So have a look at that one. There's no need for me to go through that again, because hopefully by now you'll be able to pick up the techniques that we're using here. And case study 5 is one that I've actually never, for some reason, I haven't actually used this in a live sales page. It's my own personal sales story, which I started writing in 2015. And I never kind of finished it, because when I start writing about my personal story, then, I like to get quite deep and all of that. But it's probably worth you having a look there and reading that as well. So I've just included that on a document for you guys as well. And then finally, how to convert all this to a VSL. Well, it's not as hard as it looks, So once you have the script, because now you know how to write sales copy, you just need to get a voiceover, and you can do that using Fiverr, or we can recommend someone. You need just need to get a video made, and then you put it together, and you just add the video to your website. So now you've got a VSL. We also have a done for you solution, which our in-house team can do. And you can see an example of one of the videos we made, very basic, not expensive. There are obviously more expensive options with graphics and so forth, but you get the idea. Okay, so go through these case studies, get a feel for how you might use them for something you're selling, or if you have an idea, then, let's connect with the other people in the community, JV, join with someone. The world is your oyster. Okay, thanks for listening. I'll see you on the next module.